الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيد الأنبياء والمرسلين وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين اللهم صل على سيدنا ومولانا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا ومولانا محمد وبارك وسلم أما بعد السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. So hopefully everyone has an understanding of what we're going to be talking about here in this week, as well as inshallah next month. We have a full working week of studies as well. But if you need a refresher, inshallah, as you can see, this is an introduction to the Sciences of Hadith. So one thing we should understand is when we're talking about Sciences of Hadith, is not necessarily that we are going to be reading the words of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, although that is obviously the Hadith, but there's a whole science behind it. There are chains of narration. We're going to discuss all of these things. There's how to grade a hadith or how to know when a hadith is authentic. There's a history of development of the hadith. There's many different aspects. This week, inshallah, or these 5 days, what we are going to be discussing, inshallah, is the authority of hadith. That is, inshallah, tomorrow we're going to be discussing that. What that means is that we're going to discuss why we follow hadith. Right? If you're a Muslim, you have to follow the hadith. So why is that? Because there are some people out there who are Muslim, but they state that they do not want to follow the hadith. So why do we have to follow it? And they say they don't have to. So we're going to discuss that. As you can tell, we're not really going to discuss the words of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam when we talk about that. We're just going to be talking about it in principle. The second thing we're going to discuss, inshallah, is the historical development, which means from the time of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam till today, how did we get his words? Right? It's not that he's talking to us directly, right? It's not like I'm hearing directly from the mouth of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. There's over 1,000 years of transmission. So how do we know someone didn't come in the middle and just make up those words and sent it to us? When you open up a book of hadith, how did that book come to be? So we're going to talk about that and basically what the Sahaba did, what those after them did as well to preserve the hadith. Then inshallah we're going to be discussing terminology. So hadith terminology, you might have heard Sahih, Hasan, Da'if, and there's many other terms as well. So we're going to be doing all of those topics this week, inshallah. Next week, or the next month, inshallah, we will be having various other topics, inshallah, and that will conclude the introduction. So what's hoped is by studying this intro, you'll get some understanding of what scholars have done, what scholars do in this field, why someone can spend 20, 30, 40 years in studying hadith and just scratch the surface. So you'll get some understanding regarding that, inshallah. So that's what we're going to be doing here. Just a caveat. Last time I did something like this before. It was a long time ago. And at the end of the programs, in the feedback, one of the students stated that, I thought we were going to study hadith. We didn't really study hadith. Right? So it was the sciences of hadith, not necessarily the hadith. Right? What we do in ta'aleem, what we study in the books, they're not necessarily what we're going to be doing here. This is going to be different. This is going to be more in-depth. Some of it's going to be a little bit rigorous, inshallah, and some of it's going to be much easier, inshallah. So we're going to slowly get into it, inshallah. So without further ado, so I will start with a hadith, inshallah, which is a tradition. This is a tradition among scholars of hadith. So, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. حدثنا الشيخ المفتي رضا الحق وهو أول حديث سمعته منه في مجلس تحديث قبل بداية قراءة صحيح البخاري بدار العلوم زكريا عام 1436. قال حدثنا المفتي محمود الحسن القنقوهي قال حدثنا الشيخ محمد زكريا قال حدثنا الشيخ خليل أحمد السهرانفوري قال حدثنا الشيخ عبد القيوم قال حدثنا الشيخ محمد إسحاق قال حدثنا الشيخ الشاه عبد العزيز قال حدثنا الشيخ الشاه ولي الله المحدث الدهلوي عن الشيخ أبي طاهر المدني عن أبيه الشيخ إبراهيم الكردي عن الشيخ المزاحي عن الشيخ الشهاب أحمد السبكي عن الشيخ النجم الغيطي عن الشيخ الزين زكريا عن الشيخ العز عبد الرحيم عن الشيخ عمر المراغي عن الشيخ الفخر بن البخاري عن الشيخ عمر بن طبرزد البغدادي قال أخبرنا الشيخ أبو الفتح عبد الملك بن عبد الله بن أبي سهل الهروي الكروخي قال أخبرنا القاضي الزاهد الشيخ أبو عامر محمود بن القاسم بن محمد الأزدي والشيخ أبو نصر عبد العزيز بن محمد بن علي بن إبراهيم الترياقي والشيخ أبو بكر أحمد بن عبد الصمد بن أبي الفضل أبي حامد الغورجي رحمهم الله تعالى قراءة عليهم وأنا أسمع قالوا أخبرنا أبو محمد عبد الجبار ابن محمد بن عبد الله بن أبي الجراح الجراحي المروزي المرزباني قراءة عليه قال أخبرنا أبو العباس محمد بن أحمد بن محمود بن فضيل المحبوبي المروزي قال أخبرنا أبو عيسى محمد بن عيسى بن سورة بن موسى الترمذي الحافظ رضي الله عنهم قال حدثنا ابن أبي عمر قال حدثنا سفيان عن عمرو بن دينار عن أبي قابوس عن عبد الله بن عمر رضي الله عنه قال قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم الراحمون يرحمهم الرحمن ارحموا من في الأرض يرحمكم من في السماء قال الإمام الترمذي هذا حديث حسن صحيح. So what you see before you is a tradition. This is obviously a chain of narration. As you can see, my name is all the way on the top left. And this chain, as I was reading this in Arabic, it goes all the way to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This is an unbroken chain from the time of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The one who took from him is Abdullah ibn Amr radiyallahu anhuma, is a sahabi, and then a tabi'i, and so on and so forth. So this is going back in time 1400 years, and this is the chain of narration. What this chain does is it gets us all the way back to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and then we reach the hadith. So the translation of the hadith is that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "The merciful ones are shown mercy by the merciful. Blessed and grand is He. Have mercy on those on earth, and those in the heavens will have mercy on you." So this is known as the Hadith of Mercy or Hadith al-Rahmah. And it is a tradition among scholars of Hadith that this is the first Hadith that students listen to from their teacher. So from, if you look, let's go back a little bit, from Sufyan. So Sufyan, you can see from Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, there's maybe 3 links and then Sufyan. So from Sufyan onwards till myself, this was the first hadith everyone has heard from their teacher. So Sufyan, he used to share this as the first hadith. Then Ibn Abi Umar, etc., etc. Every time they had students, they would share this hadith first. And so this is also known as a type of hadith. We won't really talk about these too much, but musalsal hadith. Musalsal means that there's a common trend in the entire chain. Although this trend doesn't go all the way to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, it starts from Sufyan. So you can see how many links there are in which the person has heard it for the first time ever. I heard this from my teacher who taught me Sahih al-Bukhari in Majlis al-Tahdith, meaning this was a gathering in which he shared, it was a gathering of hadith, and it's the first hadith that he shared with us. And it's a very interesting hadith. It talks about mercy. Again, let's go back and see the translation. The merciful ones are shown mercy by the merciful, meaning Allah, blessed and grand is He. Have mercy on those on earth, and those in the heavens will have mercy on you. So this teaches us when we are seeking the knowledge of Islam and Deen, we have to be filled with mercy, show mercy to other people. This is why we learn, so we can have the rahmah from Allah, and we can give a sort of rahmah to people as well. You guys have this. Those of you who have studied with me, is there anyone who has never heard me speak about any hadith or anything like that before? Anyone who's never heard me talk before? So you have haqiqi awwaliya. Any sisters? Everyone's heard from me before. So what's your name? Zain. So Zain has haqiqi awwaliya, meaning it is actually the first hadith he's heard from me. Everyone else has as barakah. It's the first hadith. It's the first hadith in this gathering that you've heard from me. So it's not technically the first hadith. So if you want, technically speaking, he could pass it on to someone and still have it be the first hadith. And that's not a problem. You can get it from other shuyukh as well. So I have this hadith as the first hadith that I got from shuyukh. Over 35 shuyukh I got from them. Over 35 teachers. This is the first hadith that I've heard from them. So that's how, inshallah, we want to start with this beautiful tradition of the muhaddithin, because we're going to be talking about the muhaddithin.